Hey guys, how you all doing? I'm Paul the Tech Giant, and today I'm going to be looking into an issue that some of you guys have been telling me about that you've been having with your LG OLED and Apple AirPlay. Now, I'm in the fortunate position at the moment that I have a couple of TVs. First one being the LG B9 OLED 65 inch. And a 65 inch Samsung Q90r. And not only that, I also have a 4K Apple TV box. So what I'm going to be doing in this video is testing out this issue that you guys have been talking about on the LG OLED, on the Samsung QLED, and on the external Apple 4K TV box. Now, by doing this, I'm hopefully going to find out, and through a process of elimination and testing, where potentially the fault lies. Is it with the LG OLED? Is it a problem that exists on both TVs? And does it exist on the box itself? So, you know, we can figure out what the actual problem is. And also what I'll be doing is using my Apple iPad Pro to cast from that to the LG OLED and to the Samsung QLED. The Samsung does have the inbuilt Apple TV app as well, so I'll even try that out. So I'll cast to both. I'll try out the 4K box and the inbuilt app on the Samsung. Unfortunately, the LG OLED doesn't have the actual proper Apple TV app built in, so I can only cast to that one. So anyway, let's crack on with some of this testing. Right, so let's start off by showing you guys what should be happening, and then I'll move on to what isn't happening, basically. So I've got my iPad Pro set up there, and first off I'm going to cast to the LG OLED. So I will click on this trailer here. Now, as you can see up the top here, let me just point out, it does say it's 4K, Dolby Vision and Dolby Atmos. So if I click on this trailer, get it running on the iPad, I've got to be careful what I show because of copyright reasons. So I sort of just keep the picture out of shot slightly. And we will go to send the picture to the TV via AirPlay. And we will click on the LG OLED, and within it, with any luck, should I say, up in this top right hand corner, we should get confirmation that it is playing Dolby Vision and Dolby Atmos. So let's just fire that off now. There we go, it's connecting, as you can see. And there we go, Dolby Vision. And if I just grab the remote control there, press on the 3 buttons. And there we go. Dolby Vision. And yeah, playing in 4K, and that's all good. So that's what we would expect. So now back to the iPad. And that is now back on the iPad. So I will just stop that there a second. TV has gone back to normal. Now what I'm going to do is now actually play the episode itself. So let's click on that. And there we go. It's playing. Just fast forward it a bit so we're actually into it. Yeah, right, we're there. Let's press on the cast. Onto the TV again. There we go, it's coming up. Playing, but no Dolby Vision symbol coming up there. Let's grab the remote, press for the 3 dots. I said 3 buttons earlier, 3 dots I mean. Get up the info. And for some bizarre reason, it is now only saying that it is playing in HD. So this is the actual episode itself, and that only plays in HD, yet the trailer is playing in Dolby Vision 4K. Why this is, I've got no idea, and this is exactly what you guys have been complaining about. which isn't good. I mean, you buy one of these TVs and it's got all this AirPlay and stuff advertised, and you know, you want to make the most of it and, you know, see it in, you know, the best quality possible. You know, that's what you're paying all this sort of money for. So now what I'm going to do is fire up my 4K Apple TV box and see if when we connect that up to the TV, do we get it in Dolby Vision, or does that play in just regular HD as well? So let's try that out. Right, so we've now got the Apple 4K TV box all fired up and connected to the LG OLED. And we've got the same Apple TV Plus program ready to go. So what I will do is, as we've done before, I will play the trailer and just fire that up now. And will we get any indication of what it is? There we go. So Dolby Vision and Dolby Atmos, that's come up. There you go, it's playing. I won't show any more than that. So that is all exactly the same. We will back out of that now. And now actually go to the episode itself. So when we click on this now, before on the iPad, it was just playing regular definition, so just high definition. It wasn't 4K, no Dolby Vision or anything. We've now had the trailer playing as it should do, and playing the trailer on the iPad was fine. So it'd be interesting to see how this plays now. So firing up that, will we get Dolby Vision on this one? And yes, we do. So yeah, and Dolby Vision, Dolby Atmos. So when playing it from the actual 4K box, it seems to play it as it should in that 4K HDR content. But when sending it from the iPad via AirPlay to the TV, for some reason on the actual show it is not working properly, but on the trailer it does. So very bizarre indeed. So it's just back out of that now. So the next thing to test will be trying on the Samsung to see if when we cast it or AirPlay it from the iPad to the Samsung, does it do it on that? You know, is this just an LG problem or not? So let's fire up the Samsung. Samsung TV is ready to go. Just to remind you guys, this is the Q90r. Again, we have got the same trailer there ready to go. So I will start that off. And that is now playing. And now let's AirPlay it to the Samsung. So with any luck, it should come on now. We don't get any logo in this one, unfortunately. But what I can do is, what do we do? What do we do? There we go. Press down. And then sure enough, I get confirmation 4K HDR. And just to further back this up, if I actually go to settings, not settings, sorry, if I go to home and move across to the bottom here until we got the settings, and you can clearly see it says HDR. So that is playing fine. And we will now go back to the iPad and swap it back. Again, same episode from the Apple TV Plus series. So this is the interesting one now. Will it come up HDR or not? Just remember, reason why we're getting HDR on this TV and not Dolby Vision is that unfortunately the QLEDs do not do Dolby Vision. So what they do is just go back to your basic HDR, which, you know, is high dynamic range anyway, which Dolby Vision is. For you guys out there who don't know, Dolby Vision is just basically a beefed up version of HDR. So when we are playing on HDR on this, you know, that is the equivalent of Dolby Vision on the LG. So what we are looking for now is for it to come up HDR when we play this. This would determine if it is just an LG problem or not. So let's start off that. That is now playing. And let's cast to the Samsung. And then hopefully it'll play. And yep, it is playing. So again, I'll bring it down. And that is saying 4K HDR. So it's not looking good for the LG. That seems to be working all good. I'll just confirm this again by going to home. And that is saying that it's playing in HDR. So it would seem like it is just an issue to do with the LG OLEDs, unfortunately. Or should I say the LG TVs. I don't know what other models it might affect. It could potentially just be the OLEDs. It might just be the B models. I don't know. It could be, like I say, all these sort of LG TVs that have the AirPlay app. What I'm going to do now is just test out, just to confirm that it's just the Apple TV Plus content, because that's what you guys have been telling me it's been doing it on. That all these new sort of shows and that, it only seems to do it on that, and not films. I mean, I've casted films before and it's been fine. But what I'm going to do, I'm just going to try just another TV show just to make sure that it's not that one. So we'll try another TV show. We'll try it again once more on the Samsung, and then try it again on the LG. So let's play the episode. So this is the full-on episode of it. And now that is playing. Press cast and Samsung, and then with any luck it should come up. And there we go, it's now playing. And then again, yeah, 4K HDR. And just confirm that once again on there. Right, let's try out the same again on the LG OLED. LG OLED is now on. And let's start off with the trailer and see if we get that logo come up. So, that's the wrong one, what am I doing? There we go. And LG OLED. Now we're looking for that Dolby Atmos, Dolby Vision logo coming up. Yep, Dolby Vision. So that just confirms straight away that that's playing how it should. And I will get up the info. There you go. Yep, all good. So now let's go back to the iPad. Put it back onto the iPad again. Come out of that. And let's now try the show. Now this is where the problem has been lying. Will it play on this show? So let's put it back to the TV. And we're looking for that logo. And if it's broken, we won't get it. Nope. It's playing. It's clearly casting. But again, let's get up that info. HD, what is going on? It's gone absolutely mad. So where we stand at the moment, we have it playing the trailers in Dolby Vision and 4K, absolutely fine on the LG OLED. But when you come to playing the actual show itself, you get HD, which isn't great when you're spending all this money on a TV. But as you've seen, we've tried it out on the Samsung and both the trailer and the show play perfectly fine in HDR and 4K. Next, what I'm going to try is airplaying a movie from my iPad to the LG and see if we get 4K HDR or 4K Dolby Vision coming up on that. So let's see if it is just the new Apple TV Plus shows or if it is affecting films as well. Next, what I'm going to try is airplaying a movie from my iPad to the LG and see if we get 4K HDR or 4K Dolby Vision coming up on that. So let's see if it is just the new Apple TV Plus shows or if it is affecting films as well. Right, so we've got my library of films up and I'm going to go to 4K HDR. And I'll tell you what, let's go with Baywatch and me gym buddy, The Rock. So we have 4K Dolby Vision, Dolby Atmos confirmed just up here. So let's start playing this on the iPad. Again, I can't show you much because of copyright reasons. There we go, we are now playing. And let's look at airplaying this to the LG. So with any luck, we should get that Dolby Vision logo coming up in the corner. So let's press on the button. There we go, it's connecting up. Here we go, Baywatch. What are we going to get? We're going to get anything? We're going to get anything? Dolby Vision. So that proves it that that is working absolutely fine. Let's get up info. There you go. Dolby Vision 4K. So yeah, this is very strange. It would seem that it is just affecting the new Apple TV Plus service where you get, you know, all these new shows and that. So why that is, I have not got a clue. Right, to keep this totally fair, what I'm going to do is launch one of those TV shows on the inbuilt Apple TV app on the Samsung. Just to clarify this and make it perfectly clear, both TVs you can basically cast or AirPlay from an Apple device to either TVs. Only the Samsung has the Apple TV app actually built in, so there is no need for you to have an Apple device. You can literally just sort of, you know, play stuff directly from that without any need of an external Apple device. So that is one advantage with the Samsung there. But anyway, like I said, to make it fair, I will launch this. And this will then rule out that there's any problem with the Samsung, and it will just solely put the problem with the LG really, which will be a shame if it is. So we will go to, I'll tell you what, let's do the morning show and run that one. Again, I've got to be careful with what I show on this. So yeah, that's running there, and see if I can get up. There we go. Yeah, got confirmation there. 4K HDR. And again, if I get up the picture settings stuff, there we go. We get confirmation of HDR. The problem seems to be with the LG. So what I'd like to know from you guys is, are you all having this problem? Is it just the B9? Is it affecting the other models? So the C9, the E9, obviously anything like last year you won't have this issue because unfortunately you're not able to cast or AirPlay from an iPad or iPhone to the older generation models. So yeah, let's try and figure out, you know, if it's something that affects all these different models of the 2019 Samsung LG TVs. That's me having too many TVs and getting confused. So yeah, it'd be interesting to figure out what it's actually affecting. So there you have it then, guys. Hopefully we can turn this negative into a positive. As a community, we can all, you know, pull together and figure out exactly what TVs are affected. And maybe we can get in contact with LG and Apple and see if they can resolve the problem. So anyway, if you've enjoyed this video today, I would really appreciate a thumbs up. And if you haven't already subscribed, then maybe think about hitting that subscribe button. So anyway, thanks very much for joining me today, and hopefully I'll catch you guys on the next one. Bye for now.